The sun in rural Arizona doesn't just shine, it scorches. By midday, the desert air hums with cicadas, shimmering over cracked earth like a fever dream. That Monday, I was troubleshooting my solar grid, the heart of my small farm. A few acres of vegetables, 2 rescue goats, and solar panels I'd poured years of savings into. It's a simple life, hard one, peaceful, until I noticed something wrong. My system logged a massive energy spike at 11:07 p.m. Saturday, then again at 2:13 a.m. Monday. Not irrigation, not the fridge, not me. Someone was siphoning my power. I traced the grid's underground lines to a hidden cable, thick and new, buried under a plywood scrap in my east field. It reeked of industrial rubber and led straight to a pale yellow house with a star-spangled flag snapping out front. Linda Harris's place. Everyone knew Linda. She was the self-crowned queen of our non-existent HOA, slapping fake fines on neighbors for everything from unapproved fence colors to excessive Christmas lights. She once tried to evict a retiree for a dented truck. Most ignored her, but this? Stealing my electricity? This was war. I confronted her, holding the cable like evidence in a murder trial. Through her kitchen window, she stirred a pot, smug as ever. When she answered the door in a blessed t-shirt, her smirk said she was untouchable. "This is yours," I said, thrusting the cable forward. "It's hooked to my grid. No shame, no stutter, just a shrug." "You're part of the HOA," she said, sipping iced tea. "Community policy says we share resources." I was floored. "There's no HOA," I snapped. "You made it up." Her smile widened. Nobody stopped me. That was it. This wasn't just theft, it was control. Linda had bullied the neighborhood for years, and now she was stealing my power and calling it collective use. I didn't scream. I walked back, locked my gate, and let the desert sunset burn my rage into resolve. Inside, I stared at my stack of her fake HOA notices, citations for dusty windows, and suspicious goat behavior. Absurd, but dangerous in her hands. Then it hit me. I'd fight fire with fire. I'd use her own game against her. That night, I couldn't sleep. Linda's smug face haunted me, her casual sip of tea as she justified her theft. I went to my workshop, pulled out my Linda file of her ridiculous notices, and got to work. I crafted a bill, mimicking her style. Same blue borders, same Eagle and Shears logo, same pompous tone. $10 energy usage fee, it read, citing unauthorized utility siphoning under her fake bylaws. I printed it on her signature cream paper, slipped one copy into an envelope, and taped another to her Buick's windshield. Parked, as always, an inch over the sidewalk, a violation she'd once fined me for. Then I waited. Morning came, and so did the storm. "You think this is funny?" Linda shrieked, charging across my field in a red robe, waving my bill like a grenade. "This is a joke, right?" I stayed calm, tossing feed to the goats. "Just holding you accountable by your own rules." Her face twisted. "You can't find me. I run the HOA." I raised an eyebrow. "So it's real?" She froze, caught in her own trap. Admit the HOA was fake, and her empire collapsed. Claim it was real, and my bill was legit. Silence stretched like a tightrope. "You'll regret this," she hissed, storming off. She went nuclear. Within hours, my inbox exploded with emails CC'd to the neighborhood list. Subject lines screamed, "HOA emergency," and "dangerous threat to community." Linda accused me of fraud, vandalism, even animal cruelty, claiming my goats were unvaccinated hazards. She attached blurry photos of my house, my barn, my shed, captioned with "unsafe structure" and "zoning violation." It was unhinged. For a moment, I worried she'd sway someone. She'd been the neighborhood's tyrant for years. But then the replies rolled in. "Weren't you stealing his power?" wrote Mr. Torres, a retired cop. "Pretty bold from the woman who fined my kid for chalk drawings," added another. The floodgates opened. Neighbors shared years of Linda's abuse, fines for wrong holiday lights, threats over basketball hoops, even binoculars caught spying over fences. Then Tom, from the cul-de-sac, dropped a bomb, a photo of a cable running from his house underground. "Found this planting tomatoes," he wrote. Never knew where it led. By week's end, 5 neighbors found similar cables, all tracing back to Linda's house. Mrs. Lee uncovered a junction box under her garden rocks, rigged to siphon power for Linda's pool, hot tub, and porch fans. Someone tipped the city. Thursday morning, a utilities truck rolled up. Linda, in yoga pants and a rhinestone visor, flailed as inspectors dug into her backyard. They found tampered meters, illegal lines, and a breaker box that made one inspector recoil. She screamed about sovereign HOA rights, but no one listened. 2 hours later, a code enforcement van arrived. Neighbors watched, some openly, some from porches. I leaned on my fence, smirking. The fine was $7,000. Linda claimed I framed her, that the cables were planted. Nobody bought it. Her reign was over. The neighborhood exhaled, free from her fake empire. Her blinds stayed shut. No more HOA flyers. 3 days later, a pink note appeared on my gate, scrawled in furious ink. You think you won, but this place is doomed without me. You're the problem. I laminated it, hung it in my workshop beside her old citations, including one for my offensive garden gnome. Then she unraveled. She stopped walking her dog. Her flag came down. Her HOA protected community sign vanished. One night, I saw her loading boxes into her car. No for sale sign. No goodbye. She just left, a ghost fleeing dawn. Rumors said she defaulted on the fine, refused to fix the wiring, and faced a city lien. Nobody waved. I framed my crumpled $10 bill, hung it above my desk. It's not about revenge, it's about balance. Linda's tools, fake rules, fake power, only worked until someone challenged them. Justice doesn't always need courts. Sometimes it's just clever, patient, and sharp. Now my farm hums smoothly. The goats are happy. My only mail is seed catalogs and thank you notes. New neighbors, Jake and Sarah, moved in. They brought pie, asked about eggs, and laughed when I told them about Linda. They hung a hammock, no flags, just wind chimes. Peace is back. What do you think? Was my prank justice or pettiness? Should neighbors fight fire with fire, or is there a better way? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take on this wild ride and how you'd handle a Linda in your life. Smash that like button, subscribe for more real-life drama, and let's keep the conversation going.